to my channel, or welcome to this IGTV. I'm just going to share today a really easy and my basic everyday makeup, because as much as I don't think I'm a makeup artist or anything like that, you guys actually have asked specifically for this video, which is crazy but really lovely of you guys as well. So my makeup's pretty basic. I have a few favourites which I'll talk you through, and it's just kind of, I like to feel like a nice enhanced version of myself. I feel like makeup should enhance our natural beauty and not like cover or change our face or anything like that. So hopefully you'll see that I just like to enhance and give a bit of a glow. I like a bit of a glowy look, but like just like nice and everyday look. So let's get straight to it. So I'm going to start, I've already washed my face, and I haven't toned it today. I have got a little bit of dermatitis on my chin, but nah, it's going. So I'm going to start off with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. So it's coming to the end of the pot, which makes me really sad. But I have really loved this moisturiser. I have to say, I don't think it's like a life-changing moisturiser. I don't know if I would buy it again, but it has been very nice to apply, and I have felt very nice putting it on just because I know that it's a nice product, if that makes sense. So I feel like the benefit is a little bit more like in my mind than it is on my face with this. My skin's really quite dry today, so I'm just going to put it on quite heavily. As it's getting a little bit colder, I feel like you always need more moisture and more layers. So I don't use a primer or anything like that. I'm super simplistic kind of a gal. So I'm going to start with a BB cream, and the only reason I'm adding this BB cream is because my foundation is a little bit light. So I was using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic foundation, which to start with I didn't like, and then by the end of the bottle I was devastated that it was gone because I loved it. So anyway, I've got the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation, which my first impression of is it's quite thin, and it's a little bit too light for my skin tone. Although I'm quite pale right now, I don't like to be this pale, so I'm adding the BB cream in because it's like quite a glowy one, which you will see. And then I just mix that on my hand with some of the foundation. I probably got a bit much on there. And I just mix them together, and I find that a really good trick. If you find a foundation is the wrong colour for you, just use a lighter or a darker one to sort of even it out. And even though this is a BB cream, it does the same thing, so it's fine. So I just pop a little bit on my face, and I start working it in with my Dior number 12 brush. And I just think this isn't the best coverage. I think that's what it is. Like, I had such high expectations for it, and then it didn't really meet my expectations. And I think it's hard to find the right foundation for your skin, and maybe the people I heard the great, you know, things off, it is truly good for their skin. But I do think it is just a bit of trial and error with foundations. My favourite really is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, but I do find it a little bit heavy, and you can get the light version, but I find the light a little bit too light. I don't know. I actually would say my favourite is a Charlotte Tilbury one. I'd be really interested to try the Airbrush Flawless. I think I might buy that one next. So if any of you guys have tried it, let me know. So basically I just work like in circles all around my face, sort of like rubbing it into the skin as I would a moisturiser. So I'm like getting it to like blend with my own skin. I'm trying to avoid this patch on my chin, and it's just given like a very natural cover, as you can see. I feel like it's like your skin but better, which I do think like foundation should be. And then a new product that I've been absolutely loving is the Hollywood Filter. So I have become a little bit obsessed with Charlotte Tilbury products, and they are pricey, but they are worth it. So I just dab this on my cheeks, and then just like wherever really, where I fancy a bit of glow that day. And this, it depends what you want, like how glowy you want it to be. You can just tap this in like with your finger, and it gives like a nice sheen. I'm not sure if you can see that. Hopefully you can. Yeah, you can. On the cheek. I mean, this does say you're meant to wear it underneath foundation, but I always think like the foundation then covers the nice glow of it. So for me, I like to pop it on top as like a very subtle highlighter, like a foundation highlighter. And yeah, I love it. I just love it. Like I couldn't not use it. It is nice as well to use as like a no makeup day makeup. Like when I have no makeup days, most of the time I do actually have no makeup days, but occasionally I do like to have a bit of something, and like during lockdown, to like keep my sort of spirits up and stuff, I was making sure I was putting my makeup on every day, because it was making me feel better about myself, like making sure I was getting dressed, putting together like a nice outfit, and that, yeah, it did really help. So if anyone is struggling working from home, I'm not saying get up every day and put a full face of makeup on, but just doing something like putting a little bit of highlight on, a BB cream, something like that, it does, and a bit of mascara. I don't know what it is, but it just made me feel better when I noticed myself in the mirror or whatever. Made me feel like I've got my shit together a bit more, like I'm not just like becoming a slob in the house. Okay, so next I'm going to go on to, I'm going to do a very subtle contour, like it's not really contour, but so this is a copy of the NARS creamy concealer, and it's La Cura from Aldi, and these are $3.99. They're amazing. If you can get your hands on one, good for you, but if not, they might be sold out. So this is the mocha colour, so it's really dark. When they came out, I didn't know which colour I would need, so I just bought all three because they were so cheap, but I found them really useful for different areas of the face. So this, I would say, is like a really dark colour, and I just use this here, on the end of my nose, on the bottom of my chin, sometimes down the sides of my nose, and then a little bit up here as well. So basically this is like where I would put my bronzer. So I'm doing like a very subtle contour. I'm not really into like contour massively. And then I also am going to use the Lasting Radiance concealer, and then I'm just going to put this here under the eyes, down the centre of the nose, a little bit up here, and a little bit here. And again, I'm just leaving that open because I just don't want to get it any worse, and it is starting to heal. And then you can either use a beauty blender, or I just like to take it in with this. If you want to keep it quite dense where it is, use like a thicker, more dense brush. This is a Real Techniques one, and this I used to use for my foundation, so it's really good. But I just find actually this is a little bit better for like keeping it exactly where you want it, not rubbing it into the skin too much. And then if you want to blend it out, you can blend it out with the other brush a little bit more, or a beauty blender, but I think this does a pretty good job. And then I just take it up the sides and into like my hairline, almost like where the sun would hit you, where we want to create a bit of shadow on the face. And then I'm just gonna dab it, all the dark bits in first, and then I'm gonna go for the white bits. And again, I'm just like dabbing it on my face really easily, and hopefully just like highlighting the areas here. So I don't know if you guys have seen, but me and Reese went to the pumpkin patch for the first time ever this week, and it was so much fun. I'd never been to a pumpkin patch, like I didn't even know they were a thing in the UK. Like I think I saw a few people go to one last year, but I didn't really know that there was one where I lived, and it was amazing. So we'll be in a vlog that will be live Wednesday night, so it'll probably be live by the time this goes live. So definitely head to my YouTube and watch that, or if you're on my YouTube now, head and watch that after this video. I'll leave it linked down below. Okay, so I feel like that's blended in quite well. It's quite a strong line, but like I said, you can blend it sort of up. But I was trying to sort of avoid where I've put the highlight from the highlight Charlotte Tilbury, whatever it's called, Flawless filter, and I got this in shade number 4. I forgot to say this is also in shade number 4, but I mean, like, look at the colour difference. So that's why I think I got the wrong one in this, because I was like, oh, shade 4 is like what I normally am. This is a 6.5, my favourite one. And then I'm going to go in and do my eyebrows. So I haven't used this eyebrow Pompeii dip brow for so long, because I had blonde hair for such a long time, but during lockdown I completely let my roots grow out, and this is just like au naturel now. So I've been able to use this again, which is nice, because I bought this when I had dark brown hair, because it is the chocolate colour of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pompeii dip brow. And I still have the brush as well that I bought to use it, which is great, which is what I normally put on with like powders anyway. So I just dip it really lightly, and then I always start at the top of my brow, and I just like work in like strokes. So I'm constantly like stroking it as if they would be like hairs, because obviously you want it to look as natural as possible. And then I'm just going to square the brush off at the end to square my brows off, because I don't have very heavy brows, but I do like a more defined brow. I just feel like they frame your face. So And then I'm just going to take it down exactly the same at the sides. I can't believe it's Halloween soon either. I'm like, how did that happen? How is it like the middle, well not the middle, like how is it October though? Actually I feel like I don't know how that happened. If you're enjoying this video, make sure you are subscribed, or make sure you are following me over on Instagram as well, as I've almost reached 10k over there, which is very exciting. Maybe I will have by the time this video is live. Yay! Then we have to match it over here on YouTube. Okay, so exactly the same again, just squaring it off. And then, so I turn the brush like to an angle to do the brow, and then I turn it to square on like that to do the middle bit. So middle, square, there, angle. If that makes sense. And I feel like you can get so many brushes like this, but I think like a nice dense one is good. You don't have to pay a lot of money for these kind of things. You could just use like a brown eyeshadow, or you could even use a pencil. I find pencil looks too heavy on me though. And I like these a little bit more. I always look really funny. I leave my mascara till last, so my eyes always look really like weird until last, which is funny. And then I've just brushed them through with the other end, just not to leave them like too sharp, like too heavy. When I first got this, I used to put them on so dark, it was horrendous. Like I look back at photos and I'm like, what was I thinking? But you know, we live and learn, don't we? Okay, and then I'm going to get my Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess. So my big one of these ran out the other day, but I found this like little sample size that I had, so I'm chuffed. And I'm just using the actual brush from the Estee Lauder, the big one, to do a little bit of more here, a little bit more here, and the hairline again. Also on the chin, on the end of the nose, and then I'm going to put a little bit more just down the sides of the nose as well. And then sometimes I would use, if you don't have like an eyeshadow that you like, just use this like under your brow bone. It just gives such a subtle but nice like shadow to the eye. I am going to put an eyeshadow on though, which again is one I found from ages ago. It's an old MAC one, and this is how old it is. Look, you can't even see the bottom. So it's, I don't know what colour it is, and unfortunately, sorry. So I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush to put my eyeshadow on, but I don't take long to do my eyeshadow at all. It's literally on, that's it. Like, I'm so simple, and all I do is put it in like where the brow bone is. Like, it's like almost like it sticks out here. You can sort of feel it, and I just think it just gives like a bit more of a shadow to your eye. That's it. It's so simple, like literally there, done. Because I don't want it to look like I've got a face full of makeup on. Because like I said, I just want it to look like an enhanced natural version of us. And then if I want to feel extra glowy, I have also got the Film Star Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. I think this is the light version. Oh, it's fair to medium. So these are the colours, and I'll be honest, I don't really like the bronzer in this too much. I don't find it like the right colour for my skin tone. Occasionally I'll use it because I don't like wasting things, but I'm just going to use it as an old Clinique brush, but you can use any. This is just actually a blusher brush, and I just use this to do my highlights. So I get a little bit on the brush, do that thing where you go and then just put it right at the top of the cheekbones, exactly the same as I did with the highlight earlier. And then I'm just going to get again an old brush, and I use this to put it underneath my brow bone here. So it just like picks up your brow bone highlight. And then occasionally I like to pop a little bit in the inside of my eye as well, which I feel like sometimes it just opens the eyes and brightens it up a little bit. And you can take it over onto your eye if you want. Yeah, happy with that. And then occasionally as well, if you want a bit more of a glowy day, pop a little bit down the centre of your nose and just on the top of your bow, of your cupid's bow of your lip. And then onto lips, and we'll keep the eyes till last. I go between two lip liners all the time. I've got a MAC one, which is the best for like long wear, but this Rimmel one is like my everyday sort of like go-to one, and it's I think a quarter of the price. And then I always overline my lips, so I think this is shade Tiramisu, and I will leave it linked down below. So I just follow obviously my lip line. But I just go slightly outside of it. and then I colour my lips in with the actual lip liner as well. I feel like this helps the lipstick stay on longer, especially if you do this with a MAC one. It lasts all day. I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick, which is a lovely colour. I really do like it. It's very natural, very easy to wear. And then if I'm feeling like I fancy it, I will put a little bit of lip gloss on. Is this Butter Gloss from NYX, and this is such a nice find. I think sometimes like you just want to, it's just nice to have a bit of gloss sometimes, isn't it? Nice to feel a bit girly, nice to have a bit of gloss. So there, this one is called Magdalene. And then yesterday I did have my lashes LVLs, but I feel like they're very subtle and I feel like you can't really tell. So I'm going to curl my lashes today. I keep it on there for about 10-15 seconds and I like sort of like pump the thing. And then I actually use this, which is a copy of the Benefit. It's called Too Legit. It's from Aldi again and it's insane. So it's like the best kind of brush I've ever used. I literally love it. And then I just put a little bit around the bottom. I didn't put too much around the bottom, and then exactly the same on the other eye. And then that would literally be my everyday look. Super easy, and I hope like just enhances my natural features. I feel like I don't ever want it to be like a humongous difference. Yeah, and then that would be my finished look. And then for a day where I can't be bothered to do my hair, I've just put it in a high bun. And then all I'm going to do is just curl the ends with this electric rotating curler, which is so life-changing. If you need something that if you're bad at curling hair, this is like a lifesaver. So I have a whole tutorial on how to use this, but I will just share it with you really quickly. And while I'm just waiting for it to heat up, I'm just going to pop a little bit of my perfume on. So this is actually a dupe of my favourite Nasco Rodriguez perfume, which I bought from a lovely gal, local Swansea gal. And then also you can sort of like set your makeup with a finishing spray. This is like a toner and a setting spray and like a refresher all in one. So this is Super Facialist Rose Hydrate Mist. I actually will put it on today because why not? I love it. The smell is insane. And then I'm going to hold a bit of hair I want away. Literally look, kills the hair for you. Hold it here for a few moments and release. Is that not just the most amazing thing? That is how I would just do like an everyday, really basic yeah, makeup. And actually didn't mean to do a hair tutorial as well, but we got a little bit of hair in there as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and make sure you hit that subscribe for all the good vibes, and I'll hope you see you in the next video. If there's any other videos you guys want to see, let me know down below in the comment section. Make sure you're following me over on Instagram as well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!